How are you?
I'm amazing now that you're here. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I am so honored to be here. I love your smile.
Vice versa. I was going to say you lit up the screen, and we've been blessed with 3 people with great energy. And, you are someone close to my heart because I talk about values, and my 4 values are incorporated into your best-selling book. Gratitude, empathy, accountability, and effective communication, and understanding how to practice these things as muscles. And that's what I love about your book, what you do, how you help people, because it's one thing to talk to people about what they think they're listening to. You actually are someone that communicates by understanding what they're listening for. And for you, I'd love for you to articulate, since you're such an extraordinary communicator, how to become a master communicator. What are some of the aspects beyond what I perceive that you teach or know that people are listening for?
David, I'll start with what I believe a master communicator is, and that is a person who knows the right time and place to communicate through digital means and the right time and place to put the digital devices aside and utilize what I call that old school simplicity, which are the more personal channels of communication, i.e., face to face, picking up the phone to your actual ear, or writing a handwritten letter. A master communicator knows how to gauge when it's the right time to say, you know what, David, I think you and I need to meet in person, as opposed to just sending you an email. And in this day and age of digital technology, it's such a gift, right? Like you and I can be here right now connecting with each other and all of these amazing people watching. But at the same time, if we don't learn how to consciously connect, that's where problems and resistance can arise in our relationship.
And through that communication, whether it be in person, on the phone, via email, social media, or traditional media, and you've utilized all those platforms. You've been in huge movies, you've been on TV shows, you've been on stages, you've been in coaching, all those different ones. There's 2 components in communication that I think assist statistically in that connectivity that you're looking for. One is overlooked a lot of times, it's credibility. A lot of times we oversell, manipulate, lie, cheat, lie to ourselves, and we don't realize the diminished capacity it gives us as a communicator, because people are looking for the void, shortages, and obstacles with skepticism into the negative aspect, or their meaning they're giving to what we're communicating is not going to ever be created. And then 2, beyond credibility, is the emotional connection. And you speak a lot virtually as well. And I have found people ask me, how do you do that? How do you connect emotionally when you're not in person? And there is ways to, obviously keep your credibility on all platforms, but more importantly, to connect emotionally in person, on the phone, via email, traditional and social media. But it varies determinative upon those platforms. What are some of the key things that you've learned as an effective communicator in each of those platforms to connect emotionally? Because I think that's a gift that I see when I watch you in Jersey Boys, or I see you on a virtual stage, or, on a live stage. You're just someone that, like, my heart opens up and there's this huge feeling of happiness. So that connection is truly, I think, your gift.
David, you're making me cry.
Because I know how to connect emotionally on
Yes.
IG. It's a gift.
Yes. Talk about emotionally connecting. Thank you. First of all, thank you. You have made my week and you warmed my heart. David, before we connect in any of those ways, what's most essential, what's most vital is having that communication and that connection with ourselves. And I know you talk about this a lot, interviewing yourself. Your previous guest talked about forgiving yourself before others. The same principles apply when we want to be master communicators. I couldn't get on this live and be my authentic self if I haven't first taken the time to check in with myself, waking up in the morning and making that first communication with me and me alone, asking myself, Renee, how am I feeling? Writing it down, allowing those thoughts from my subconscious to come to my conscious through my hand and onto the page. And once we start our days and our lives with strong communication with self, my friend, every other communication we have is so much more effective, so much more authentic. So my advice and encouragement for everyone, if you're struggling to get on video and feel confident, first take that time to be with yourself. But then to take it to that next level of communicating through a screen, which can feel awkward sometimes because we weren't born knowing how to communicate virtually. Picture the person that you're most comfortable with in life. Picture them in the camera lens and allow yourself to let the guard come down and realize that it's not about perfection. It's about connection. Lean into who you are. When you make a mistake, own it. When you flub your words, say, oh, well, I used a wrong word. Because what that does is shows the individual or the people on the other side that you are just that, a person, a human being. And the same holds true in person, on the phone, and whatever your communication outlet may be.
Yeah, there's a great book by David Corbin called Illuminate. And instead of pretending and projecting, when we can illuminate to thine own, we are, it's amazing the connectivity that we have in the communication, the effective connectivity for communication when people know that we're human.
Hi, David.
Too much energy, way too much energy. It blew up IG. It happens. I rarely have a disconnect when it's a low level energy conversation. It's always when I'm talking about and have an emotional connection. It interferes with the internet waves. I'm a true believer of this. So take it as a compliment that this thing knocked itself out. It's like hitting a grand slam. So thank you so much for your patience.
Absolutely. It's the two of us together, David. We magnified Instagram.
Oh yeah, of course. But we have to do more on all platforms. I have so many shows that I want you on. I'm going to finish with this because one of my superpowers that has led me to be an effective communicator is consistency. I believe everything's a practice. Somebody talked about forgiveness and practicing forgiveness. I practice love and I practice purpose. I practice communicating. I still, as you were saying, I practice in the mirror. I practice articulating quantitative value to exceed what I'm asking for. I practice everything, but there's no better thing to practice than connecting not only to that which inspires you, which gives you that confidence. How do you see practice and communication as a muscle, just like our biceps or our triceps? How do you see your ability to communicate as a practice, not just a skill?
It is absolutely a practice. And one of the practices I give in my book is video journaling. We have these amazing digital devices. We have a camera, press record, no one's around. Simply put it on your windowsill and talk. Talk about the day. Oh my God, I had this amazing interview with David Meltzer, whatever the case may be. And what it does is get you comfortable with speaking aloud, with communicating your ideas, your thoughts. So yes, it is absolutely a practice more than just a skill. And through the practice, it becomes a habit of effective communication, which becomes a pattern, and a pattern becomes hard to break. And when it comes to being master communicators, we want to have that pattern, right? So I could not agree with you more, David. Every day, pick up the phone, even when it feels uncomfortable. I talk a lot about imperfect action. Even if you consider yourself an introvert, challenge yourself, step outside that comfort zone and say, you know what? Instead of texting David today, I'm going to pick up the phone and
I love that. I see practice as a search. And I know a lot of people don't utilize this definition, but when I practice, I feel like I'm searching for two things. I'm searching for my potential and killing off limitations, but I'm also searching for my essence. And never before is your essence, or as Shakespeare would so eloquently put it, to thine own self be true. The more we know our essence, the more we're able to capture that essence, to modify the essence and amplify it to more and more people so that we are effectively communicating, which to me has a synonym of called inspiration. When we're effectively communicating, we're in spirit. This is what you call confidence. And when we're in spirit, we've cleared away the interference of the limitations, and we are at our potential. We are at our best selves. We are at that, true essence of who we are, that individual thumbprint that we are to, for me, a higher source. I'm a resource of that higher source, however you define it, an omniscient, all-powerful, all-knowing source that loves me more than my mom loves me. And this faith is actually, displayed through communication. I would love for you to kind of share as we finish up, just an overall valuation or articulation of, for you, how important it is to be inspired through effective communication.
Oh, it is everything. It's not something, it's not a little thing, it's everything. Because I know in my heart, my spirit, my soul, David, that everything starts with communication. And when we learn to master this skill, we become limitless.
You nailed it. And limitlessness is definitely a confirmation of infinity that we are connected to and through. Speaking of infinity, I could spend forever with you. You're an incredible guest, an incredible friend, an incredible person, and we need to do more together. Congratulations on all your success. Please reach out to Renee, reneemarino.com, at I am Renee Marino. She's extraordinary on every level, in person, on the phone, via email, social media, and traditional media. She's on every screen, everywhere, and we love her. Thank you so much for joining me.
I love you, David. Thank you so much.
Take care. See you soon. She's amazing. Only the best cancel the internet. How about that?